Today, they talk about influencers. These are influencers, and they're friends of mine. Jack Posobiec. Where's Jack? Jack, who's done a great job.
All right, Jack Posobiec, we are back live here, Human Events Daily, Real America's Voice. Folks, anyone that knows me and knows the work that Human Events does day in, day out, knows that the conservative movement never stops. And the fuel that keeps me going and the show going and the work going is, of course, Blackout Coffee. Look, for years, Blackout Coffee has been my coffee of choice. And I know so many of you love this stuff too. And keep in mind, Christmas is coming, so you need to get your yearly subscription orders in. Blackout Coffee isn't just coffee. It's America in a cup, and it's so delicious. It's founded on Christian values. It's rooted in family, built on the belief that hard-working Americans deserve better than, the corporate swill. Blackout Coffee is a family business that roasts every batch right here in the USA. 2 roasts you got to try. Morning Reaper, which is a smooth medium roast that kicks off your day without bitterness. And for the dark roast lovers, I love the Brutal Awakening. That's a bold, rich roast with deep flavor that'll keep you sharp and alert. It's perfect for serving friends and family around the holidays. Because let's face it, the best gatherings start with the best coffee. So here's the deal. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Poso. Use that promo code POSO for 20% off your first order. That's blackoutcoffee.com/Poso. Support a company that shares your values, supports American jobs, and fuels your freedom one strong cup at a time. Blackout Coffee. So, Rich, we're on with Rich Baris here, Human Events, the People's Pundit. Rich, you were talking about how the president is at an inflection point. You were talking about how there's really been this huge drop-off with Gen Z voters. You've talking about how there's a way to, there are ways to pivot on this, and really talking about how it seems as though almost though that foreign policy has taken the driver's seat and taken the front row while the back seat are given to domestic policy issues, and how this isn't always necessarily mean that the White House isn't doing anything, but it does mean it's an optics thing. When the president goes overseas, when the president's receiving a foreign dignitary, it just seems like that's where his focus is at, because that's what people see, that's what they perceive. And so, attention is influence. So it seems like that's where the influence is. If you were talking to the White House, what are some of the things that you would say?
Go on a tour. Go on a tour. Go on a manufacturing tour. Go on an America Restoration tour. All right, something like that. Brand it something to that effect. Gear the messaging towards people who are 50 and under in this country. The fact of the matter is the numbers haven't moved all that much with those who are 50 and above. This is coming from core working voters, and the reason why is very clear. As far as I know, we're the first, but not as far as I know. I'm trying to be funny and facetious here. We are the first pollster for years now to start to ask Republicans what they identify as and what they want prioritized by their leaders. And if you look at, and we've put this data out, we have been for years now, Jack, if you look at it, you will see that the future of the Republican Party, if they have one, is 100% built, it has to be built around America first. Older voters are equally basically aligned between traditional Republicans and those who identify more with the America First agenda. They call themselves America First Republicans. But under 50, it explodes. Prime working age people, 30 to 44, are the most likely, it's over 2/3 majority, to say they're America First. And the younger generations, you can see, are getting more America First the younger they get. So, look, this is a matter of numbers and demographic trends. You cannot give, even if it's optics, you cannot appear to be giving more of your attention to the issues that people who honestly won't be much of a political factor in 10 years tops. You cannot be giving them all your attention if you want to build a durable, long-lasting coalition. And ironically, Jack, we've also asked this question now for a while. It's like the perceived focus that the Trump administration has been giving. Do you think that they give too much focus on foreign policy versus domestic policy, too much focus on domestic policy versus foreign policy? Or the third option is, About right. It's obvious. It's very clear. If you look at those who are above the age of 65 and above, they are about split. And they said the largest pool of them will say that it's about right. The Trump administration is splitting their time evenly. Everybody else, and it's an overwhelming majority of all voters because of this, and then obviously of the age buckets below. Everybody else, it's overwhelming majorities that say they are focused too much on foreign policy. And again, the younger you get. So if it's, the 30 to 45, and we also do age details. So you could look at it from 18 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49. It's very clear. It's a very textbook age signal where you can see that the younger you are, the more likely you are to say that they think the president and the administration are too focused on foreign stuff. They want more attention at home and their own problems. And I mean, again, honestly, if you look at the president has to hold, he has to host foreign dignitaries. He's got to make foreign trips. But it's a matter of how you're splitting your time. It's the optics, of course, and we're using this word, but the truth of the matter is the voters are right. And it's demonstrably true that over the last 3 months, you can look at the schedule, that the White House has given much more weight, much more time. And then when you look at congressional Republicans, here's the real danger. The entire last 9 months, the number one priority, the number one goal for the Republican Party in Congress specifically was to convince voters that they were more like Trump, that they were going to rebrand themselves as the party of America first. If they wanted to hold on to these new non-white voting coalitions, younger voting coalitions, they had to do that because the truth is these new Trump voters don't really like the Republican Party all of that much at all. They don't identify as conservatives. In fact, we're at a historic low for overall identification as conservative, and it's obviously worse. It's the lowest the younger you go. And Republicans just didn't do that, Jack. They didn't. I mean, that's just a fact. So in order for them to fix this, they're going to have to do something that is relatively historic. They're going to have to break their tradition of after the holidays, shifting into campaign mode, being risk adverse, not wanting to take on aggressive agenda items. They're going to have to put that aside. And that's the way DC works. And I understand that, but their window to rebrand themselves has closed. They literally have to reopen it now because any course correction the White House makes is probably not going to trickle down to them in the generic ballot. Those voters are just going to continue to see Donald Trump as differently than the Republican Party, and that's going to hurt them in the midterms badly. Badly.
Well, I think that's right. I think it's exactly right. Rich Baris will be right back. The People's Pundit, Human Events Daily, Real America's Voice.